Good morning, students. Hope all are fine by the grace of God. Last class, you have learned about who owns the water pros. Today, you are going to learn about an interesting poem, Indian Seasons. Let us get into the lesson. Seasons in India. Seasons remind us that change is the law, nature, and sign of progress. In India, summer, rainy, spring, and autumn seasons. Summer. It also 2 month duration season that includes the month of May and June. In the season, the weather is very hot in most of the parts in India. The season start with end of April and last till the end of June. The average temperature remains around 38 degrees Celsius. The days are longest in the season while the nights have the shortest duration. Due to the high temperature, the water level of ponds goes down. The major Indian festivals celebrated in the summer seasons are Guru Purnima and Rath Yatra. Next, we are going to learn about rainy seasons. Rainy seasons. It includes July and August. As the name indicates, rainfall occurs in the most of India in the season. As compared to the summer season, the days are short and the nights are long. In this season, average temperature around 34 degrees Celsius. It is sometimes called green seasons. So, green season is otherwise known as rainy season. In this season, the earth is carpeted with greenery. Birds sing melodiously and a level of water rises in the rivers. Ponds and canals in this season. The sky is filled with black clouds before it rains and the rainbow can be seen in the sky. After rain stops, the important festival that celebrated in that seasons are Onam, Raksha Bandhan. So rainy seasons June to September. So spring. The spring seasons in India is a season of the month of duration which are March and April. It is pleasant and beautiful season with an average temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. It starts after the winter and lasts till summer starts. The day becomes long and the night becomes shorter. In this season, people come out the blanket and the woolen clothes and started wearing light clothes. The tree shed their leaves, new leaves start appearing. Birds and animals also love this season and are happy in this season. Besides this, many famous Hindu festivals are celebrated in this season. Holi, Vasant Panchami, Hanuman Jayanti are celebrated in this season. Next, autumn or fall. The season of autumn comes in the months of September and October. The hot and humid weather starts disappearing and leaves start falling off the trees in the season. So, it is known as fall season. The sky becomes clearer as compared to the monsoon season and clear monsoon can be seen in the sky along with the countless stars that look like pearls scattered in the sky. The water of the ponds settle down that becomes clean and there is no mud in the villages. The average temperature in the seasons remains around 33 degrees Celsius. The length of the day and the night is almost equal in, in this autumn season. Navaratri is celebrated in this season. Indian seasons meanings: blaze, bright flame or fire. Blaze, bright flame or fire. Leap, to jump high. Leap, to jump high. Dusty, covered with tiny bits of sand. Dusty, covered with tiny bits of sand. Toad, a small brown animal similar to frog. A small brown animal similar to a frog. Indian seasons poem. First, I will read line by line, then I will explain. Indian seasons. Summer comes in a blaze of heat with sunny smiles and dusty feet. Summer comes in a blaze of heat with sunny smiles and dusty feet. Then season change to muddy roads, monsoon and mangoes, leapfrogs and toads. Then season change to muddy roads, monsoon and mangoes, leapfrog and toads. Spring is pretty but short and sweet when you can smell the grass from your garden seat. Spring is pretty but short and sweet when you can smell the grass from your garden seat. Autumn is English in red, yellow and brown. Autumn is Indian whenever leaves fall down. Autumn is English in red, yellow and brown. Autumn is Indian whenever leaves fall down. Written by Nisha Dairin. Let us see the explanation of Indian seasons poem. Summer comes in a blaze of heat. What is the meaning of summer comes in a blaze of heat? Summer comes in a blaze means intense of heat. It's like a bright flame or fire. Summer comes in a blaze of means blaze means intense of heat. It's like a bright flame as fire. With sunny smiles and dusty feet. With sunny smiles and dusty feet. It brings cheerfulness to people. Through it brings smiles on the faces, it makes their feet dusty. So it brings cheerful means happy. Happiness to the people, cheerfulness to the people. Through it brings smiles on the faces, it makes their feet dusty. Then season change to muddy roads. Then after the summer, then season change to muddy roads. That means after a period of time the season change, monsoon comes in bringing the muddy roads everywhere. Bringing the muddy roads everywhere. After a period of time, the season change. After the summer season, the season change, monsoon comes in bringing the muddy roads everywhere. Monsoons and mangoes, leapfrogs and toads. Monsoons and mangoes, leapfrog and toads. The monsoon causes rainfall everywhere and ripe mangoes are seen in abundance. Abundance means plenty, much. The frogs play in the water and jump high. Toads happily around. Toads means a small brown animal similar to frog. So monsoons and mangoes, leapfrog and toads. The monsoon causes rainfall everywhere. We get rainfall during the monsoon season. And ripe mangoes are seen in abundance. So we can see everywhere in ripe mangoes. Abundance means much or plenty. The frogs play in the water. Whenever summer whenever summer goes and monsoon comes, leapfrogs plays in the water. Toads happily around. So toads means a small brown animal similar to frog. Then spring is pretty but short and sweet. Spring is always pretty but short and sweet. Spring is pretty with freshness and blossoms everywhere, but it is short and sweet. Spring is pretty with freshness and blossoms everywhere, but it is short and sweet. When you can smell the grass from your garden seat. When you can smell the grass from your garden seat. The spring is sweet because freshness can be smelled from your garden. The spring is sweet because the freshness can be smelt from your garden. When you can smell the grass from your garden seat. Autumn is English in red, yellow and brown. Autumn is English in red, yellow and brown. Autumn is different in the west. The flowers and the leaves of the trees become red, yellow and brown. So autumn is English in red, yellow and brown. Autumn is different in the west. The flowers and the leaves of the trees become red, yellow and brown. Autumn is Indian whenever leaves fall down. Autumn is Indian whenever leaves fall down. In India, during autumn season, leaves fall down. In India, during the autumn season, leaves fall down. Autumn is Indian whenever leaves fall down. Written by Nisha Dairain. Indian seasons summary of the poem. In this poem, the poet describes the Indian seasons vividly. Vividly means clearly. Clearly in simple form. The poet describes the Indian seasons clearly in simple form. The summer season starts with intense heat. That means a blaze, bright flame of fire. Intense heat, very hot. It is like a bright flame of fire. It brings a cheerfulness to the people. It brings cheerfulness. That means happy to the people and makes their feet dusty. Then the season change. Monsoon come in bringing muddy roads. Monsoon come in bringing muddy roads, ripe mangoes, leaping frogs and toads everywhere. Ripe mangoes, we can see ripe mangoes everywhere. Leaping frogs and toads. Leaping frogs means frogs. Toads means leap means to jump high. Toads means a small brown animal similar to frog. So leaping frogs and toads everywhere. Spring is pretty but short. Spring is pretty but short. It also sweet because we can smell the freshness of green grass from our garden. We can smell the freshness of green grass. We can smell the freshness of the green grass from our garden. The poet compares the autumn season in the west to India. The poet compares the autumn season in the west to India. Leaves change their colors into red, yellow, and brown in the west, whereas the trees shed their leaves in India. The trees shed their in India in autumn season. The trees shed their leaves in India. Find the answers for the following questions. Name the seasons mentioned in the poem. Name the seasons mentioned in the poem. Summer, monsoon, spring, and autumn. Summer, monsoon, spring, and autumn. What does the summer bring? What does the summer bring? Summer brings heat and dust. Summer brings heat and dust. Which word refers to rain? In this poem, which word refers to rain? Monsoon refers to rain. Monsoon refers to rain. Why does the poet say the spring is pretty? Why does the poet say the spring is pretty? The poet says the spring is pretty as we can smell the grass. The poet says the spring is pretty as we can smell the grass. When is autumn in India? Why does the poet say this? Is there an autumn season in India? When is it autumn in India? Why does the poet say this? Is there an autumn season in India? Autumn in India is when the leaves fall from the trees. Autumn in India is when the leaves fall from the trees. The poet says this as it eclipses the color of the leaves change in autumn. Yes, there is an autumn season in India. The poet says this is in English the color of the leaves change in autumn. Yes, there is an autumn season in India.